Today is August 11th. The Yankees win a series in Kansas City. The bats come alive. They average 9 hits a game. Every single man wearing pinstripes that stepped to the plate reached base. And they won a crazy game, and they won a bullpen day. So let's talk some Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, JOMBOY Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY, JOMBOY Jake. Talking Yanks with old JOMBOy, JOMBOy Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by DraftKings. Correction, they were not wearing pinstripes because it was an away series, and you guys can head to bugeaters.com if you care about that. My name's Jimmy, his name is Jake, and BBD in the corner. Jake, how are you doing? What's up, my good pal Jake? How are you? Tell everyone how you're doing.
Vincent Michael O'Brien, Big Baby Davis Mendelssohn, everyone in the chat, Joe Meza, Deliman 56, Marcus Kelligrew, FaceTime from Jack Davis. Thought it was going to be Trevor for sure.
I just ignored that.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. We love you. Jim Yanks, I got a stat for you.
Oh,
Right off the rip.
Right off the rip.
Right off the Ripper Magoo.
Yeah.
Hey, Menry. Yanks have won 9 of their last 10 series.
I heard Jack Curry say that stat on the broadcast.
Meredith said it.
I've been calling Meredith Jack Curry lately.
That's true. It's been getting confusing on ours. I'll be honest with you. And by the way, I tried to say I'd be there. Waiting for, that's Red Hot Chili Peppers. Jim, today was a low-key important game.
It was a must-win game. It was a lot of pressure.
Yanks have had a couple must-win games. They had the 2 games to the Orioles after they lost the first one. They needed to win those. They did. They won today against Kansas City to win the series. Yeah, man, if you exclude the Boston disaster, which you can't because it was miserable, Yanks have been winning baseball. And, man, going through this series, you're right, absolute chaos. You were asking what happened in Game 2, and that's kind of a blur. Today, this game was kind of a blur. We had a lot going on, but also
It's just such a day game today.
It's exciting. It was such a day game today.
Had day game vibes.
And
We were
then
like,
it
they're
all
gonna
started.
win.
It
Like,
started with absolute chaos on the
game
Monday
1.
night game.
Yeah, which we did talk about last episode a good amount since
We
we did the
had
midweek
to.
and we had to.
They forced our hand.
Yes. Every time you say, yeah, man, I think I've told you this before, I hear Yemen,
Ryan Rucco.
which reminds me of Chandler Bing and Friends. And you say it a lot, but I want the audience to do this with me every time you say it.
And then I tell them it's Ryan Rucco. I stole that from Rucco.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. He lets out a big yeah, man.
But that's not how you say it. You say it quick. And you've been saying it since before the Rooks was a part of us.
It's a Rucco. It's a Yankee show.
Yeah, man. That's how you
Yankee
say
show.
it.
It's not a Chandler Bing thing. I have a lot of Chandler Bing things. That is not.
You guys can hear it. And then
One of
you'll
them.
quickly think of Yemen and then Chandler Bing. It's a fun
Did you
time.
see on Weekly Dumb the other day? You said rank 'em, but I thought ride 'em, and the audience was like, definitely thought it was ride 'em. So you said a number, and I was like, what the hell was that?
I knew that happened in live time.
I did not.
So rank his name.
Go check out Weekly Dumb. Ad.
Really funny because you were looking to rate the name.
I don't think your mic's muted.
I was looking to rank the name, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, we've done a lot,
Yeah, and I told you that we should do it more.
but it sounded like ride 'em.
Rank his name.
So, good stuff for the Yanks.
Ryan
Jim. How are
Rucco's
you
a
doing?
great name. It's like a 7.5.
Great name. I'd consider 8.
Well, when you can turn it into Ryan Rooks, that's like an 8. That's like an 8.5.
I kind of like the Rucco. I mean, maybe it's the Paisan in me. Good combo of vowels with a noise.
Yeah, I'm doing good. My neck hurts a lot.
Yeah.
I do this thing, man. I Googled it today. When I dry my hair after a shower, I tweak my neck. So I spent a lot of time on Google of having to figure out how do I fix that quickly. I've been doing this, not a getting old thing. I've been doing this since I was young.
The effects that's happening to you could be a getting old thing.
But you know, even when you're young, you get a crick in your neck.
I used to shake my hair every time I come out of the shower. I had to stop because you get old, your neck gets tight.
No, but you know, like you get like a creak in your neck.
Sure.
I don't know if that's
Right
common.
now.
And then it stays with you the whole day. Like it could be a quick twitch.
I think that's
I
a
get
little
it.
age thing.
What?
I think there's a little bit of age in there.
Happened when I was little, like a lot. Because you say like that and then it's stuck. But it's the back of my neck, which is a annoying part to have that happen to. I'm good, man. The Yankees are in such a very confusing time where they're winning like the Dickens. They're like the best team in all of baseball at winning baseball games right now. They're also the best team in all of baseball at getting hurt or getting COVID.
Yeah.
Like we are still
Or the worst, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. We are still losing players like crazy.
Yeah.
But only the Rays are on equal or better hot streak, or the Blue Jays too as well. You know.
I think if you backdate it a little further, recently the Jays are in the mix. The Rays jump frogged us a little bit. I think the Yankees are 21-10 since July blank, and the Rays are 20-8. So if the Rays go 1-2 in their next couple games, but they're playing the Red Sox, so they'll win. But yeah, either way, and a winning brand of baseball. That you're right. I mean, every day is a gut punch. I mean, you know, Clay Holmes. Sure, it's probably not on the same level of Rizzo or Garrett Cole, but Clay Holmes has become a very important part of this bullpen, so he's the gut punch before today's game.
What day is it? I found out on Baseball Reference. I found out how to find like best records since this date. The part of Baseball Reference that you can do that. Do you think it's July 6th? Is that what we're thinking?
I would guess it is July.
I believe it's July 6th.
Or is it July 4th?
BBD thinks it's July
The
6th.
date Kyle and I have been using is July 4th because they
July
had the
4th,
double
you get an extra
header.
win. Oh, you do get an extra
You get
loss.
an extra loss as well. So
All right, so the Rays are better than them. Since July 4th, the Rays are 21-8. The Yankees are 20-10. But that's the best. That's so, you know, where you're still getting fans acting like they're playing terrible baseball because some of the wins aren't incredibly clean, and they're close, or they're still making errors in the field. The lineups are still bizarre. I mean, the bullpen days are bizarre, and in this series you see a lot of it. And before we started, there were some people in the chat like complaining still, and some of it you get, but they're the second best team at winning baseball games right now.
Right.
So it's a really weird place they're in.
And I part of me gets it. I mean, look at the Yankees bench right now. Rob Brantley, Andrew Velasquez, Jonathan Davis. I mean, that's a little hello. At the same time, you're playing the Kansas City Royals. We're expecting big things from this team, and they do win the series. And at one point in this series, the Yankees had gone 17 innings without scoring a run. That whole first game breaks into 2 games. I mean, it's a scoreless pitchers duel through 6.
Yeah.
And then it's a run festival the rest of the way. So I guess I'm okay if you have some mixed emotions, but you got to be happy with the results now because it's.
Well, you said it best when we were on
over
the fan.
a month.
Yes, and you said it best on the fan. Like, who cares how the wins look? As long as they're getting them right now, that's amazing.
Yeesh.
So the update is, and there's so many updates. Glaber officially went on the 10-day IL. What did that happen on Tuesday? I forget.
That was
I think
before the series.
right before the series.
Okay.
We watched him get hurt at home.
Yes. So Nick Nelson gets recalled. Clint Frazier started his rehab assignment in Tampa. Trey Ambergy started his rehab assignment in Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Brooks Kriske got called up to replace Clay Holmes, who goes on the injured list. So there you go. Do we have any other injury updates? Oh, Monty and Cole are joining the team for the White Sox series, but they're going to pitch out of the bullpen?
I don't know this update.
I believe that's what they said.
I think
Maybe they're
the
going to
update this
throw
morning,
bullpens?
Update us from this morning, early afternoon. There's a chance Garrett Cole and Jordan Montgomery will rejoin the rotation early next week.
So they're joining them this weekend, and they're throwing bullpen sessions.
Makes a little more sense.
But I think they said, like, we don't know how they're going to come back.
Well, I think you originally speculated, credit, was that they could piggyback a day and make a day out of it. It is an interesting thought process, especially everything that's going on with our pitching right now. If Garrett Cole and Jordan Montgomery are going to throw a 50-bullet bullpen day, we could probably use that against the White Sox. But again, that gets really tricky. Are you having Garrett Cole literally come out of the bullpen? Do you have to start the game? I mean, we're doing bullpen games anyway, so I don't know. It gets a little tricky because Garrett Cole has been on a borderline Cy Young pace this year. Monty has been really good of late, so you just do whatever they want. Like, is that fair?
Yeah, I have Boone's audio. Do you think there's any? It's 50 seconds.
I'll listen to it for 50 seconds.
All right, let's see if we get any lean after hearing him
The
talk
Cole
about it.
and Montgomery, their 10 days on the COVID IL are almost up. Will they come off that list when the 10 days are up, or will they need more time?
Yeah, so we could see them this week. They'll probably rejoin us on the road, and hopefully throw a bullpen at some point this weekend. And then we'll kind of evaluate along with them where they are and as far as when we insert them back in. I have some ideas in my mind and I've spoken with them a little bit about it, but first things first is they're both doing well. They've both been able to throw with one another and work out and things like that. So they're doing well, but let's get a bullpen under their belt.
Okay, so he knows when he's going to put them in the rotation.
I guess the part that's a little odd to me is he said they're going to join them on the road.
Yeah, so they're going to Chicago.
They have 3 more road games in Chicago.
Yes.
And then they go back home to the stadium.
Yeah.
If they're not going to pitch, why have them come out?
I think it's Field of Dream games, and they probably want to see that.
But they have COVID. I don't think they're eligible for the Field of Dreams game.
So
why would Garrett Cole fly out for either a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday in Chicago to fly back to Yankee Stadium?
to throw a bullpen in front of the pitching, in front of Matt Blake and the
don't know.
technology?
Give him the keys to the stadium. Let him come in for a day.
Film it, send the film to Matt Blake?
They didn't leave a rap soda machine at the stadium. I'll open it up for them.
It is interesting. Why are they flying them to Chicago just to throw a bullpen session?
I don't know.
I think they are. I don't think they're going to surprise us in this Chicago series.
And not for muffins. We've seen them line up their rotation for Red Sox series this year. They play the Red Sox doubleheader Tuesday and Wednesday.
So that's them. They just both pitch a doubleheader.
Ooh. Feels like a solution to me.
That would be my guess that they're both going to pitch Tuesday, August 17th. Cole gets game 1, Monty gets game 2.
Makes sense.
Yeah. How would that go then? So Heendog is Thursday.
Sure is.
Then it would be you could do Tyone Saturday because he pitched on Tuesday.
They have him listed for Sunday. I think Sunday's the normal Tuesday rotation.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, okay. So who pitched before Tyone? It was bullpen day, right?
Yeah, so currently the Yanks don't have a starter listed for Saturday.
They can't do more bullpen days, man.
It's going to be after an off day.
Oh, Heel pitched, so it'll be Heel. He's just not on the roster right now. So it'll be it's going to be Heaney, Heel, Tyone, and then Nestor in that Angels game.
Weird Angels game. That adds up.
That adds up. And then you go Monty and Cole for the Boston doubleheader. And Heel.
Back to the Heen dog, bro.
Back to the Heen dog. Yeah.
If you win both games.
The heel on 1 day extra rest adds up.
So that's my guess, yeah.
Makes sense.
All right. Gary and Rizzo are starting to feel better, but they actually had COVID and had symptoms, so they need to get their strength back and all of that. I don't think we've had a Gio update, have we? He just needs to run again.
Yeah, other than he had the setback and obviously didn't come back this series like they said before.
I think they're doing a Red Sox buildup. With the Cole and Monty signs, the last thing they said about Gio was he had a little setback. He's not coming on the road with them. Feels like a Red Sox buildup.
You could see a world where they activate him as the 27th man in the Red Sox doubleheader or something. I don't know how big a setback it is.
They announced the Chicago White Sox rotation. Tyone Saturday, Nestor Sunday.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I had that right.
But remember playing fantasy baseball. If you guy had to start Monday, they pitch Saturday. If you had a guy start Tuesday, they pitch Sunday.
I never kept track of it like that, but it's
That's how
usually
you got 2 starts in a fantasy baseball week.
I figured they'd keep Heel in there, one, because he's been good, but also just
So they're
extra
skipping
rest
Heel.
for guys.
Heel pitches Monday against the Angels, I guess. What's 4 days rest? Monday, so Tuesday day rest, Wednesday day rest, Thursday day of rest, Friday day of rest, Saturday. So it's Monday.
Tyone pitched Monday.
Yeah, so
you said Tuesday before. That's what threw me off.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, sorry. My bad then. We all got confused.
Makes
Monday, yeah.
From the Tuesday day, though, we all had it.
Yeah. I messed up at the beginning.
Huge.
I do like the idea of just having it is Boston, so it's a bit shaky to put Monty and Cole back out there for Boston games and their first games back.
If you give them a bullpen day and we're at home,
because if it's not them,
7-inning game.
If it's not them,
I guess that's the thing in my head. I mean, even if Cole is battling for 5 innings,
it's bullpen days plus Monty Cole.
Yeah.
On the doubleheader. We'll get there when we get there. Cool. I like it. We figured it out. That's the history of the injuries.
And a little rotation forecasting to start the episode, so.
It all goes together like 1 and 2 equals 3. And Jakey, can you burn for me? Game 1.
Do any of that?
I guess that later. On your mark, get set, burn!
Holy smokes, Yankees versus the Royals for 3 in KC. How's your stuff? Best pitcher in baseball, Jamison Tyone, since July 4th, versus Little Caesar Hernandez with the big heater. Like Carlos Santana in this game, we are 0 for 6 in the first inning on scoring runs until the 7th. King Louis V trying to grab his crown back from Anthony Rizzo. It's 1-0 Yanks in the 7th. Royals place one on an O'Hearn sac fly after the Yanks give up first, second, and third. Bad baseball, but that's okay because the judge orders what could be a game-winning RBI single. Let's go, big fella. In the 8th, the bad man from Boston, Benintendi, he's back. Good for him. Don't care. In the 9th, he grabs his crown. King Louis V calling me to the opposite field. A game-winning home run, 3-2 Yanks. Oh, God. No, not again. Nicky Lopes with the RBI single. It is 3-3. Buenos Cantos. But that's fine because it's Higgy Smalls time. He's sicker than your average with the big sac fly, 4-3. And then the Gardner does it with the RBI single. It's 5-3. We are going. No, we are not going to the pitchers that day. Dyson with the sac fly. Handsome Hanser Alberto. We met him, Jim. You remember that? locked up at 5s. We're going to 11. DJ 26 with a big hit. Can he, Willie? Has he? We'll talk about him a little bit this episode. And then the Gardner does it again. Infield single off the face. Kind of rude. Royals plate 1, but it doesn't matter. Yankees go. Tyone, Loizaga, Chad, Zach, Clay Holmes, Wandy Peralta, and take game 1 in 11 innings, 8-6 final.
Well, that was a crazy game.
It was, man.
That
it
was
really
a
was.
crazy game of poker.
We could have lost it all.
In the top 8th, if I'm hearing your burn correctly,
Yes.
in the top of the 8th inning, the game was tied,
1-1.
and there was 2 outs, and Judge was up, and the tying run was on base.
They were tied. The leading run.
The lead go-ahead
on
run
base,
was on base,
yes.
and they were tied, and it was the 8th inning of a tie game, and the go-ahead run was on base, and there was 2 outs and 2 strikes, and Judge was up. That had to end in disaster because I heard he's not clutch or good and close and late at all.
Sound like Dan Rourke.
I'm starting to get mad at that narrative. Judge has come through late and close like 4 times in the last 8 days, but because one time he struck out to end the game, the Judge isn't clutch people got like so incredibly loud. So he's come through so much in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think his high leverage number on the years, high leverage numbers on the year still don't look great.
But those are a little bit nonsense.
A little bit. I mean, it's kind of if they're good, you use them. If they're bad, you call them a little bit of nonsense. But, huge hit by Judge. Unfortunately for him, there's a huge hit by a lot of guys in this game that got nullified. I mean, Voit with the huge homer, and Judgy with the big, and it was like a nice piece of hitting too. I think that's the one you kind of circle. Judgy has had a few at bats this year where it's felt like if the pitcher goes away slider, fastball on the corner, away slider, he's kind of in the meat grinder. He goes out and gets it and serves it the other way. That's a big piece of hitting. So good for the big fella. Good for a couple big fellas in this game.
This was the craziest game.
We talked about it on the other episode. I mean, I told you I was laughing at, kind of the bad people on the internet that are going to turn on any reliever that has a bad day. And so when it went Johnny, Britton, Chad, and they each gave up a run, it was kind of I think people were like running out of tweets because they were like, well, I just bad talked that reliever, so I can't do it again. Baseball has a funny way sometimes. This game was shut out through 6 innings, and then there was a run scored in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. So after 6 shutout innings, we had 5 straight innings with runs being scored by both teams. I think this game did break records. It was like the Yankees are the first team to win a game with 4 blown saves in a game or something like that.
Yeah, a little fugazi because of the extra inning
yeah.
stuff, but yeah. That is Judge's 6th time he's scored the go-ahead or game-tying run in the 7th inning or later this season.
Yeah.
I wonder who has the most on the team. I'll find out for you.
Sure.
Oh, the most is Matt Chapman with 12. Glaber has 8 on the Yankees. Stanton has 8 on the Yankees. And then Judge has 6. So he's 3rd on the team. And he's like, top 50 in all of MLB, scoring the tying or go-ahead run 7th inning or later.
Driving it in?
Driving it in.
Okay.
It's on. They're on base. He drives them in.
Right.
And 7th, 8th, 9th are extra innings. Top 50.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the most clutch guy in the world.
Right. I mean,
but he's definitely not. Doesn't deserve the disrespect some people give him is like he never comes through. Like he does. It's probably like toss a coin.
I do think in previous seasons there were some better numbers to it. And I do think, the high leverage numbers have something to them, and the strikeouts are way up, and the times he was doing stuff or walks. But, hey, get it going. And, Glaber's having a pretty bad year, so when he's got 12 and Judge is there, he's going to be measured differently. So part of me gets it. Keep getting the big hits.
Since 2017, Glaber has the most.
Look at that.
With 21, and Judge has the second most with 19. As the Yankees. So I don't know. What a new. Do you care about any managerial decisions in this game?
Oof.
I didn't think he made a bad move with the bullpen. Everyone just gave up runs. There's a runner on second, but I didn't. I thought it was the proper time to take out Tyone. Let him go batter in the seventh inning. I don't mind that at all, especially because you have Johnny ready to go. And then Loaizaga does the errant pickoff, then the balk, then a sac fly. Like, that inning should have been clean by Johnny. But I didn't mind that move of when he took Tyone out. Did you?
No. I mean, I like believing in your starting pitcher, especially when he's on a run that Jameson Tyone is on. So I'm fine with that. I guess where I was surprised Chad Green came in instead of Britton. It was a little bit hindsight is 2020, but I kind of want Boone to get in the mindset of if there's a double play to be had, go let Zach Britton get it.
I agree with you.
There's runners on first and second there, and it's kind of an argument. Okay, do you bring in Chad Green because he's got a better chance at a strikeout? Which Chad hasn't been full Chad recently, so that's where I'm kind of like, man, Zach Britton has been beating the ball into the ground. He got 2 double play balls to end today's game. Let's start. I know he's got the seniority in the pen, and Chapman's out right now. And if the season was on the line tomorrow with Chapman out, I'd probably say let's have Britton close out the ninth. But let's get a little bit in the mindset, if a double play ball can be huge to you, we have, the guy in baseball to do that. So,
I think he also scared of balls in play. He's 2 on, I don't want a ball in play. But I agree with you that it should be at least thought of. I think right now the thought process is Britton's closed before. He's been an elite closer. He'll be our 9th inning guy.
Right.
Which is a bit of a older school mentality.
And they've got Johnny in the stopper role right now, which he's kind of earned and is an important role in baseball right now. And with Chad not being full tilt Chad right now.
Well, I'm interested because clearly with Chapman out, I mean, Loaiza got 1 save, but I think Britton was out of that game as well. I don't think Britton pitched before him. So if Britton is available with Chapman out, Britton is the closer. We learned that 2 of these games. But in the first game, Loaiza came out for the 7th inning, and Chad was the 8th inning. And then in game 3 here, Chad came out first, and then Johnny came out second. So I don't know what their thought process is or why those situations were different or what. Or are they just rotating them to rotate it so they're not seen as 8th inning and 7th inning roles? So they're just – because, I was confused.
Yeah, I'm checking some lineup stuff. Let's see. Loaiza comes in for Perez, Benintendi, Dozier. Laptop just died. Chad came in for the bottom of the lineup, and he ended up coming back around to Whit Merrifield. So, I mean, maybe they're playing some lane stuff. They're giving Johnny these guys can do either or, but if there's a tougher matchup, we're going to Johnny right now. I don't know.
Yeah. Chad looked good in game 3, but we'll get there when we get there. But I didn't have a problem with how they did game 1.
No, and I mean, if you could tell a Yankees fan that if Chad, Britton, or Johnny had gotten a clean inning, that you win the game in regulation, I mean, you have to take that.
Do you want to talk about Boone getting ejected and the balk at all? Did we talk about that last episode?
I guess so. I think we talked about it a little bit. There's a lot of weird stuff in this game. There was the Gallo ball that hit the base. There was the Cardi ball that hit the guy in the face.
DJ's triple.
DJ's triple, which was a homer a lot of times, a lot of stadiums.
Umpire sub.
So, I mean, for me, Bucks suck. I mean, what are you going to do? We're stoked if we're on the end of one and we get a gift. If we don't, it sucks, and it's a pretty, we had Laz Diaz in our comments arguing with the people, so that's when you know it's good.
Yeah, whenever I post like a breakdown on something like that, like the umpires come out in full force, and everyone's saying it was all the umpires are saying it was a balk because he takes the sign in that crouch position and he gets out of the crouch position, and that's his pitching motion. Like when he's about to throw a pitch, he stands up from the crouch position, so he would have to step off while crouched, is what everyone was saying.
Right.
While
you're looking in and he's doing his thing, you'd have to take your foot off.
And it's so slight. And what umpires will be like, there's no such thing as a ticky-tack balk. A balk is a balk. And my counter is, then why is the strike zone 3-0 drastically bigger than the strike zone 3-1 or 3-2? Because if you're umpires and you're brainless robots that are just following a rule book, you don't. Like, you definitely...
Well, I think they say now that they don't do that. Like,
I know, but it is.
Do
they
that
do
in
that.
the day. Yeah.
No, they still do that now, though, too.
Right.
But I don't know. It's like, just don't call that. You don't need to call that.
Yeah, it's tough. You wonder if baseball ever addresses it because, like Coney said, and he's all over every time it happens, it's deceiving the base runner. Nothing Johnny Lasagna did there was to deceive a base runner. It's the opposite. It's like trying to not deceive the base runners. So.
Yeah. Boone got ejected. That was cool. It's fun. Umpire's lip reading was hilarious. Made me laugh.
Giggles.
Giggle machine.
Check out the breakdown.
And then Judge play at the plate. I disagree with most Yankee fans. There was no way it was going to be overturned.
Right, that's the part.
Well, but you even said you thought there was clear evidence. I don't think there's clear evidence either way.
That one, because it's all about the foot bounce, right?
Yeah.
That's the discussion. The one angle, it's like coming in between the pitcher and third base. I mean, the tag has not been applied and the foot gets back down, but the fact that you're even saying that sentence, like no one's disagreeing with you on having something overturned, because anytime you enter that realm, I mean, it's supposed to be 100%, and how can you do anything 100%? But if that was called safe, they would have called him safe. Like, you don't think, if that was called safe, you don't think it would have gotten overturned to out, do you?
No.
Right.
I don't think there was any clear evidence.
Yeah.
But everyone, I don't know, people were posting it like it was like night, like clear as day. I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's a little Yankees bias kicks in. I mean, but, the Yankees people that would normally dance around it, like Jack, I guess, and probably influences me, like Jack Curry, the angle I'm talking about, that's where he's like, that's a safe base runner, and Jack's kind of my safety blanket and everything.
That angle, like, I don't even know if he's reached the base yet. And I think, like, you can't even... Like, if they spun it around and he's, like, 2 inches from the plate, like, I still think he's early there.
That's the whole discussion.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I was not surprised at all it wasn't turned over.
Yeah.
I thought he was safe. Those are the two statements.
Yeah. I was not surprised nor really upset. Like, it is what it is, and it was as close as it gets. They need better camera angles. I don't know why MLB, and we've talked to people that work.
Why invest in the game?
We talked to people that work for... very deep inside the walls. And they've asked us, like, hey, why are some things not returned? I said, because there's not standard camera angles. You're relying on the broadcast, and their goal is not to have cameras set up for replays at each base. Like, MLB, go install zoomed-in cameras that give you 4 angles of all 4 bases. Who cares if you have to put 8 cameras around?
Pretty easy one-time investment.
Like...
Watch any NFL game on a Sunday. The broadcast looks exactly the same.
Like, why not get good cameras for review.
Exactly the same.
That's silly.
If you want to not give them to the broadcast, I mean, you can use those just for yourself for reviews if you really want.
They say they have those, but I don't think they're like good.
They're lying.
Yeah. All right, let's go to burn number 2, and it's brought to you by GetRoman.com/JOMBOY. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan if medication is appropriate. It ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward and discreet. Getting started is simple. Just go to GetRoman.com/Yanks and complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving home. Complete an online visit today and connect with a doctor and take care of it. Go to GetRoman.com/JOMBOY now to get $15 off your first month. Jake, are you ready?
I think so.
Burn.
Roman good.
Roman good.
Roman
Roman is so good.
can help your penis get
Yes,
harder.
do better. Go
If
to
we're being straight up about it.
GetRoman.com/JOMBOY. $15 off. Burn. Jakey,
Nice
burn.
hard penis. Game 2, a couple southpaws looking to get their hands on some of that good Kansas City barbecue. Nestor Cortez Jr. versus Daniel Lynch. Wow, what a matchup. Can you believe it? Speaking of, Salvi Perez cheated on every test. You got D's, Kanye. 2-0 Kansas City after he goes tank job in the first. Jimmy Velasquez, the kid from the Bronx. I know him. He scores on a wild pitch, the Yankees specialty. 2-1, make it 3-2. Higgy, can't you see? Sometimes your bombs just hypnotize me. You remind me of Zach in some ways. You're two guys who like to play guitar. John Ralphio. Yanks up 3-2. Whit Merrifield steals third as Higgy throws it away. Tough game with the arm from Higgy Pop. It is locked up at 3s, but DJ Jim, can he? Will he? Has he? RBI single makes it 4-3. Yanks into the 6th. Let's go. Oh no. Salvi Perez does it again on his 10-year anniversary of debuting in the Bigs. Congrats to him. We're tied at 4s, and then oh no. We've been riding this wave with Stevens, and it starts to collapse a little bit. He gets popped by Dozier, makes it 5-4 Kansas City. In the 7th, they continued. Alberto with the squeeze. 6-4, make it 7-4 because it was actually Lopez with the squeeze. We're 7-4. I didn't write the end of this burn if you found out. Alberto with another sacrifice. Double sacrifice RBI game for handsome Hanser Alberto. Jim, we met him. Try to remember. Yanks lose this game 8-4.
When did we meet Hanser Alberto?
He was on one of the spring training backfields, I think with the Orioles. Like we met a pitcher.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we kept going to the backfields, and he was like there alone, and he knew Plouffe, and we dapped him up and said hi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Vic.
They did spring training together in Texas, so they were friends.
Handsome Hanser. How do you find out the leading in scoring by wild pitch teams? Are the Yankees still number 1?
There was a time when KT Sharp was getting a lot of Twitter action on that topic. And when it was like hot in the streets, I think the Yankees were 2nd or 3rd in the league. It's cooled down a little bit, but
has it cooled down for everyone?
I don't know. Because, yeah, I mean, that was just good comedy.
Yeah. BBD, I don't know if you know how to find that or if you want to do like one Google search to see. Do you know how to find it?
I'm pretty sure it's kind of a convoluted way you got to find it. Like
Good
it's
word.
not just a straight up.
Do you think it's stat head?
You can look into it.
Okay. I just Googled score on wild pitch leaders. And we have Dylan Cease throws the most wild pitches. Are we going to see him? Or no, we're seeing Lynn Giolito. Cease?
We're seeing Cease, yeah.
So, he leads the AL in wild
Get
pitches.
ready.
He's also a guy that I have DM conversations with about disc golf.
Lynn, Cease, Giolito in that order.
Well, what the fuck? You know who led with wild pitches in 2019?
George Brett.
Lance Lynn. Oh my god.
And another pass ball. The Yankees are up 8-0.
Lance Lynn's just throwing them away. It's wild pitches, not pass balls.
The catchers got lost in the corn.
Vanished.
I think that might be the part of it that makes it hard because you got to find the pass balls as well.
All right. This is interesting, Jim, because you can look back at the first game where we used a lot of bullpen, and you could wonder, would they have come in earlier? The other thing that was kind of bizarre about this game was Nestor's pitch count was constantly low.
Yeah.
Just like compliments, but also not compliments, because, in the first inning he got hit by Salvi. He gives up the 2-run homer, and I did the okay. Are we getting to the nervous point of, when a starting pitcher gets close to 30 pitchers in an inning, you got to get someone up, and are you going to have to save him? He was at, pitch 11 after giving up a double to Benny, 2 hitters after Salvi Perez. So it's oh.
They're just swinging.
KC's swinging tonight. So, I don't know. This one should have felt a little more salty, but coming off the game the night before, it kind of didn't.
Yeah, Rucco and I were texting, and I was like, dude, I'm fine, because game 1 was wild. Almost, obviously wish we would have won, but
right.
Totally fine. Also, the Nestor pitch count thing was kind of odd, but also okay, well, Nestor's going to eat innings. We need that right now. And he wasn't terrible. I wish that 4th run didn't happen, the last homer, because he was at 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, and I was like, yeah, you can live with that. And then Ridings comes in, and he has a tough outing, and I think he was sitting 96 on the balls that got hit, and they got hit pretty good. And I think it is a reminder that, hey, dude, that 98 plays really well, and you could throw it kind of down the middle. But if you're pumping 96, you got to be a little more on the edges. And I was like I said a couple days ago, throw Ridings. He needs to fail a couple times before you stop pitching him. I'm not swaying my opinion on him right now after that outing. And I was almost fine with him getting beat up a little bit too. I wish that the offense did more in this game. But they did put up 4 runs. And I wish the Yankees didn't commit 4 errors. So it was really the errors were the only part that was disappointing. But then who were the errors committed by?
Higgy with 2 throwing errors, which that's tough.
He also hit the home run, though, so I absolved him.
It's a little bit of a wash, but, if you're a backup catcher in Higgy's quotes, Higgy doesn't come off as a New York City guy until you read those quotes after the game, and you're like, oh, he's perfect.
What did he say? I didn't see it.
He just said it was terribly frustrating. I cannot do that. And it's yeah, okay. Shake hands.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that's the other thing. Ridings is what you circle in this game, and it's why you don't end up feeling sad, because he is a rookie in his 4th game ever or whatever. The Yankees brought him in to be, if he was light out Ridings, I think the Yankees probably win this game. He comes in, he gets a few punches, he looks electric, and the Yankees are like, all right, we just found a new weapon. Let's ride. When he gets touched up a little bit, it's oh.
Yeah, and there was the throwing error by him was really uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, I saw a couple Dellin Potenses.
And I was 3 errors by the battery.
It's tough.
It's odd.
And it's a little bit of the, you opened up my eyes to this, Jim, when you look back at a box score and you see, although Nestor's had a crazy year, to see Nestor Cortez Jr., Ridings, Jolie Rodriguez, and Nick Nelson, at the end of the day, you're If you told me that in spring training, I wouldn't say that's a game we won.
Yeah.
And I would have been a little straight up confused.
Yeah. Who? How does
What?
it? Who are? How?
That was August?
Who and how?
What the H?
Yanks must be in first by a lot.
The Michael Taylor pitch, I think is, I don't know Stephen Ridings. I don't know his headspace. I don't know what he's thinking. But if I was trying to play like psychologist or therapist or be a creep, I guess, Michael Taylor's not a big league banger, right? Like, he's not known for his bat. He's a very speedy center fielder who can hit. But
Saw him make some great defensive plays.
He's not an offensive threat in an average MLB game, right? Is that rude?
No, I think that's
Stephen
more than
Ridings
fair.
probably feeling so good about himself, right?
Yeah.
And throws absolute gas and has had this is his third or fourth outing. He goes down 2-0 to Michael A. Taylor. And I wonder if he thinks, well, this guy's not, a big hitter. I just got to throw a fastball right by him. He throws a 2-0 fastball, pretty center cut, 94.7 miles per hour, and Taylor just smacks it for a double. And I think it's a little bit of like, oh, okay, even the not great power bats in Major League Baseball can handle a 95 center cut fastball on a 2-0 count.
Mike Franco kind of did the same thing to him.
Yeah.
I think his second outing. And, yeah, I mean, deep diving a little too much. He comes in for Dozier. There's 2 outs. He gets him 0-2, throws a nice 0-2 pitch, an up and in fastball, a great 0-2 pitch, and then he grooves it down the dick, and Hunter Dozier roped it. So, yeah, and like you're saying, let's see where the Stephen Ridings experiment ends. I think I was talking to myself either in the shower or just too high and too many thoughts, but like, we're kind of at a point in baseball where I think every relief pitcher that comes up at this point is going to impress us. Like, you kind of can't be a minor league reliever right now if you don't throw either a 94 plus or have a disgusting off-speed pitch. So I feel like these next couple years we kind of need to unbrainwash ourselves to not be fully roped in. But if he's pumping 100, that plays, which 96 is very different. But yeah, there's going to be growing pains. There is for every pitcher. So let's find out if they're going to be mild growing pains or, a little shots fired at ourselves. We combined a Johnny Loizaga and Nick Nelson PPP this year because we were juiced up about Nick Nelson and so were the Yankees. So.
And I don't think he. Can I talk about Nelson a little in this game? Because I don't think he deserves an award or MFer, right?
It'd be really rude to MF him.
Okay.
Just not his year.
It was. What? It was disappointing to see him come out and walk guys again.
Yeah.
Because you would think, and might be mechanical, and I'm sure he's not trying to. But in the situation that he's being brought into in this game, they're already down. And it's kind of like, dude, just eat the innings and get us out of here.
Yeah.
And I think he's had a problem with walking people all season. He gets called back up, and you would just expect to pound the zone. And he throws so many balls.
Yeah, it's I would assume.
I was like, really, dude? I'd rather you give up 8 runs, but you only throw strikes. That's what I think his next outing is. I think they're down.
I think he wants to do that. I think we're in a mental place right now.
Okay.
I think we're 20% mechanics. Like, we will next offseason hear about a Nick Nelson mechanics and they found something. I think it's 80%. Like, I think Mike Harkey's last words when he went in that game was like, throw it over. And I think those words are starting to dig at his head a little bit.
He's got 16 walks in his last 12 innings in MLB. So, yeah, if we see Nelson again in a big league game, I would hope the Yankees are down 10-0, and they say, dude, just throw as many strikes as you can.
And by the way, I do think we need to take a step back a little bit. The Yankees have kind of screwed with Nick Nelson this year. He's been starting sometimes in the minors. He's been relieving sometimes in the minors. He's gotten put in some tough spots this year in major league games. The performance has been bad, and there's nothing you can say about that. But, I think through the first couple months this year, there was 3 or 4 times that we were like, putting Nelson in that spot is not the play. So
He's had a couple spot
it's where baseball's a
openers
messed up
this
sport,
year.
man.
Yeah. No, I agree with all
That
that.
sounds like you didn't get like
I
a
was
whole
like,
lot of
come
prep time for.
Come on, Nelly.
Would you say?
Come on, Nelly. All right, are you ready for Burn 3, the last game of the series, and the Yankees win it? Are you ready?
Let me make sure. I just liked a Jolly Olive tweet.
Okay, what did he say?
It was actually the homer draft. It was Jolly Olive's first homer draft, so I was excited for him.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I'll be good.
Good?
I'm good.
All right, on your mark. Get on your set.
Mm-hmm.
And burn, Jakey, burn.
Rubber matches. Brady Singer tries to croon his way to victory versus Lucas Lover Litke as he tries to give one of those L's to the Royals. Like 2 lovers not seeing each other for a while, the Yanks jump on top early. Voit finds the void with a 2 RBI single. Roogie Ruai. Oh no, another runner scored. Ooh. 3-0 Yanks in the first, but Salvi with the RBI groundout pushes one across for the Royals. Let's jump to the 4th. DJ 26 with another one. Jim, is he? Can he? Will he? 4-1. Yanks make it 5 as the judge gavels a run of his own. 5-1 Yanks. Gallagher smashes a watermelon for the second run for the Royals. It's actually an error. The Yankees keep doing that, and it's kind of a nightmare. But Jim, kind of like BBD with JOMBOY Media, he's been scoreless the rest of the way. Wow. Yankees go. Litke, Abreu, Joely, Chad, Johnny, Britton, and Yanks win Game 3, 5-2 final.
Wow. Good job, Jake. Gallagher got in the burn. Good job.
You
Gallagher.
love Gallagher.
I don't really know
You love
much
a good
about Gallagher.
shtick.
I like the concept for a fleeting moment.
I think it's a great Jim. I give you this speech twice a day, and you're like, stop, Jake. How can you think I need to hear this twice a day? You can look back at every 20 years in history and be like, wow, society was kind of dumb, huh? I think Gallagher's one of those.
I see.
Gallagher was so deep in like the country's lexicon because he was a guy who smashed watermelons. You know? And yet part of that is endearing.
I mean,
BBD, do you know who Gallagher is?
No.
Okay.
this guy.
I guess that's what I'm
Is that the real answer?
Yeah, that's Gallagher.
Yeah,
you
I
really
don't
don't know
know
who that is.
I think he's technically
who
a
that is.
comedian,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he ended every show.
I would hope that's an attempt at comedy.
BBD, he ended
BBD,
every
he
show
was like
by
Carrot
smashing
Top's
a
dad.
watermelon. Yeah.
But he only did one thing. Carrot Top would have a suitcase full. You know what Carrot Top is?
I know who Carrot Top is. I don't know like his full like.
You don't know what Carrot Top did?
Not fully. Like you're gonna say, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I have heard
Carrot Top
that,
would
but
bring a trunk on stage, and it was just like nonstop props.
Chaos.
And it was you
I knew
pull
on
things
the
out of trunk.
surface level.
Gallagher
props.
was like, the first version of that, but he only had one prop, and it was a watermelon and a smashing. Like, he would just smash
Hey,
it.
I'll say this. If you Google image Gallagher watermelon, this is one of the best just Google image searches I've seen.
No, it's phenomenal.
We just laughed a lot. There's a picture of Gallagher balancing a watermelon on his head.
We're literally just looking at pictures of
This
Gallagher.
probably isn't great. This isn't great for the podcast or the YouTube community because it's just us looking at it.
But now you
Gallagher
get it. So
pictures.
see, I don't know if society was bad. We're laughing.
We're laughing, but I think you know the note we're laughing at.
I think it was the same note the whole time.
Yes,
I think he was going for that note.
I don't.
Oh, I think he's in on it big time. Look at these photos, man. This dude knows.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a fantastic photo.
This guy knows what he's doing. So Gallagher getting into the burn. I like that.
Good.
I mean, obviously, we were at the office for Game 3, and we were working during it, but it felt so much like, yeah, the Yankees are going to win this game. Why don't they just, like, win by a lot? I don't want to have to remind myself every time a Royal gets on base, like, oh, yeah, the game is actually close.
Right.
But you kind of did, but you didn't.
Well, and so Singer for the Royals was making his first start back, so he was on a short lease. The Yankees put up 3. There's 1 out. And 2 runners on. So we're about to go 5-0. The Royals have a dead pen. Yankees go classic double play ball. Offense goes a little quiet. And then, at one point in this game, Chad Green comes in. No outs, runner on first, 5-2 game, and you get clipped. It becomes a very serious game. So he didn't. He looked good.
He threw
so
15.
Chad Green didn't give up an important homer.
He threw 31 pitches. How many do you think were curveballs and how many do you think were fastballs?
He was pumping the curve pretty good. I will go with 21 fastballs, 10 curveballs.
16 curveballs,
It's gonna be closer.
15 fastballs.
I got scared about it.
More curves. Britton threw 16 pitches. How many do you think were sinkers?
How many pitches?
16.
15.
Yeah. Right on the button. I liked the bullpen usage this game. Luetge gives you 2, you get 1 earned. What of it? Threw 46 pitches, Luetge.
Stretch out Licky season.
It's a lot of pitches. That's
Early
the
in
most
the season, he had a couple of those.
That's
right?
the most in a while. I think he's been at 30 for the most.
I guess you just don't use them tomorrow. There's no game Friday.
You gotta not use Luetge for a little bit.
He's out till
Boston.
the weekend.
No, he could pitch in that Angels game. He can definitely pitch in that Angels game, but he's out for Chicago, I think. Unless
He's
you
available
need
for
on Sunday.
uninning in
Yeah, I think
Chicago.
they're working on stretching him out. I think this is part of the plan.
But if they wanted him to throw 40 again, I don't think he pitches Sunday. Well, today's Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely then. Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. I was getting confused. Albert Abreu comes
We're
in.
not a day podcast anymore.
Albert Abreu comes in for
We got
2.1.
too much going on. We used to be like a sharp day podcast.
By knowing the days.
Like we were on it. We knew what day it was. I'd say at a 95% clip.
You know what it is? Today's Wednesday,
Yeah.
but
It
we
feels
had
like a Thursday, and we
it
know
feels
that.
like a Thursday.
We know that.
Yes. And Tuesday felt like a Thursday as well.
And who knows what Field of Dreams is going to do to us.
That's going to fuck us up because Field of Dreams is a Friday. No, it's a Thursday. See, I'm all messed up. Field of Dreams game is a Thursday game that's going to feel like a Sunday game.
And Friday they're off.
We might be becoming a math pod instead of a day pod.
No.
BBD's confession.
I think it's just colors. We'll become a color pod.
Okay.
Like, I know what color shirt yours is.
I'm not great at colors, and you know that.
Yeah, I know that. That's funny. What color shirt is BBD wearing?
That's purple.
Hell yeah.
Well, in the middle.
And green.
Yes.
2 for 2.
Barney colors all over it. Albert Abreu comes in for 2.1, gives up 4 hits, only 1 earned run, also strikes out 4. So good job by Abreu. And then Joely comes in for 2 batters, or 2 outs, walks 1 batter. And you got 5 innings out of the opener-esque people, right? And it's a close game. After 5 innings, the Yankees are now up 5-2. It's a 3-run game. Just go to the good guys. You got 3 of them. You use them. Now I wonder if Clay Holmes was available, if he would have pitched the 6th, and Chad the 7th, and Johnny the 8th, and Britton the 9th. And then with Clay Holmes out, was there any thought about someone else pitching the 6th? And I don't know if there was, but I'm glad that they said no. We, like you said, I know it's the Royals. They need to win this game. They need to win series. They need to keep momentum going. So I was happy they went to Chad, even though it's 2 innings, and I didn't want them to be doing that. I really wish they would have split that 2nd inning with Chad and Johnny somehow and gone like 1.1, 1.2. I don't hate giving clean innings as well, though, but I was happy with the way Boone handled the pen here.
Yeah, and I think so. We have one game, Field of Dreams game, which, let's see. We rolled up to London last time, and that was a hit festival. Could see Iowa going one of the two ways, and we'll hear about the pitching vortex or the non-hitting vortex or the ball really didn't fly because there was no stands or whatever. We'll find out. And it's Heaney versus the Cy Young winner. So getting this win was huge. You win the series. I told you I wanted 2 out of 4 this week. We've got a chance to go for 3 out of 4, which would be awesome. Heen Dog versus Lance Lynn, whatever. But, we're going to end up on Instagram Live on Saturday talking that, the Yanks should have a reset bullpen. Go out and get it. Tyone on the bump with a reset bullpen. That's a game you should win. So, however that pans out, whether that's to try to win the series or to survive in the series, I'm going to live with that.
Okay. Happy for you.
Thank you.
Happy to be living. Anything else you got to say before we move on to the individualage?
Just getting ready for the Heen Dog Brody Kerner Field of Dreams game.
Do they have to use Kerner? They haven't used him. It's kind of weird they've kept him up without using him. Clark Schmidt just got reinstated. I think he's going to be playing some minor league ball, but I don't know.
They signed him to AAA. So.
Yeah.
I think Kerner is their safety net for whenever they need 60 pitches next time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who pitches. Then you can go Ridings again. Litke's out. You can go Chad, Johnny, and Zach because it'd be 2 days in a row for them, and then you have the offset on Friday. But I also see them really loving the idea of doubling the off days.
You probably want to get a double for one of them.
Yeah.
Like Chad. Chad pitched 2 today. Chad's out tomorrow.
Chad's out tomorrow.
He's ready to go for Saturday. That makes sense.
Probably Chad's out tomorrow, and Loizaga is not going to pitch the Saturday game or something. Get him 2 off days on that end.
All right. Let's move it on to awards, which are brought to you by DraftKings. College football is coming back. You could take advantage of an offer they have where if you bet on any college football game, you will instantly win $200 in free bets, and you go put those on the Yankees to win the rest of the way, and you win big. It's fairly simple. Everybody's favorite sportsbook app, the DraftKings one. You use code JOMBOY when you grab it. That's how they know that we sent you, and we get credit, and they support us, and we're able to continue to do our jobs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY to receive $200 in free bets when you place a $1 bet on any college football game. That's promo code JOMBOY to get your free $200 in free bets instantly. For a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, or PA only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Indiana. 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Big Mets comeback. They needed
Did they?
that.
They needed that. Shout out Shea Station.
Shea Station. Pete Alonso.
All right. The first award that we give out here on Talkin' Yanks is...
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
A-ba-ba-boo-ba-ba-ba-da.
Jim, I think you're giving out the pride, right?
I'm the first one up to give out the pride of the Yankees. And my pride of the Yankees is Tyler Wade. And make him the damn shortstop until Glaber's back. He's earned it. He's earned it. He's got a 600 batting average in his last 21 plate appearances. He got a 650 on base percentage. His batting average on the season's 253, up from 191. He's on fire. He's making catches in the outfield, then diving after them in honor of Clint Frazier, who is old friend, who's not around anymore.
Solidarity.
He's bunting. He's getting hits. He's stealing backs.
2 swipes today.
And just play him at short. You're not going to hurt Velasquez's feelings. And what's the worst thing that happens? You run him into the ground and the hot streak ends and he turns back into Tyler Wade of 2 months ago, and then you have a bench piece again. So there's literally nothing to lose. I would like them to just make Wade the shortstop until Glaber's back and see what he does. And I don't care about lefty-righty. I don't care about nothing. Just start him. And he's the pride of the Yankees and the biggest shit eater in a while from Yankees fans. Like that dude can't open his Instagram DMs, can't open his Twitter. It's probably a mess. And he's having a hell of a stretch right here. He's got the post-game interview headsets on. I'm happy for him.
Jim, do you mind if I say something?
Say it.
I get a lot of comments.
About how hot you are.
You know, Tyler Wade this, Jake, what's the deal? Why do you guys look that much alike? I don't know. I'm not a genealogist. Stop asking me. Jim, the most important part. The at-bats looked good.
Yeah.
Crispy. My dude was battling versus lefties, Dick Lovelady, I bet. He was battling. He was in there to bunt. He goes down 0-2, and he put together his best at-bat as a Yankee. You said it. He looked locked in. He was battling. Like, it looked, it was a little like, felt like a Brett Gardner, Tyler Wade handshake that happened in a cornfield in Kansas City. And then he drove a ball today, which Coney tiptoed around in the best way, that he's like, hey, Tyler, if you're going to try to jump early heaters in a count and it looks like that, okay. But we just haven't seen that at this level. So, man, he put together some great at-bats. It looked good. And like you're saying, why not let it ride? If it ends up going back to what we've seen, a lot of Tyler Wade, then we're back at square one. If Tyler Wade, who I've mentioned this before, would look back at each season and there's a couple, you got to butter knife a little bit. And I guess the bigger part was, even when we were butter knifing, and Tyler Wade had a nice stretch where he was 10 for 25, 5 of them were infield singles, which we're still excited about because he has the speed to get those. His at-bats look good. Let's find out, because guess what? Tyler Wade can play every outfield position. He can play every infield position. You don't need him at first base. And he plays it at a really solid level. So, BBD, I know you were getting some fake flack from your fake tweet because sometimes the internet doesn't move quick enough, but Tyler Wade is 26 years old. He can still be figuring it out. And the speech that I know Jim's given him on this show multiple times, shorten up the swing and hit liners, hit it into the ground. If that light bulb starts to go off, he has a 340 on base right now. If Tyler Wade, and I've said this on here, if he's a 320 on base guy, Tyler Wade is a 10-year MLB guy.
Well, he's already a 5-year, right? He debuted in 2017.
Well, before this hot streak, where do you think it was heading?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying people probably wouldn't know that he's halfway there. You said let it ride.
All right.
Which is it's a real good Boy Meets World scene. It's pretty good.
Claps are in order. I believe that is Tyler Wade's first Pride of the Yankees award.
I did not know that. Wow. And I just said
I tried to triple check the records to make sure.
Wow.
I believe that is number 1.
Now, not to
moves him into a tie.
Not to kick
with
a man
Andrew
while he's
McCutchen,
down.
Aaron Boone.
How many other people have only received 1 Pride of the Yankee? Is that the onlys? The onlys?
Ottavino only got 1. Cashman only got 1. Chance Adams got 1 somehow.
Didn't someone this year get their first
Betances,
too?
Kratz, Jay Bruce, Joe Harvey, Lance Lynn only had 1.
Licky?
Nestor, I think, got his first this year.
Nestor.
He might have a couple at this point now. So I need to know
When
the
did
records.
Chance Adams get his?
Was it a joke?
Could have been a. Let's not harp on some things. Good job,
Can you
Wade.
just tell me the date of when Chance Adams got his?
I'll look for it.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was right
And,
there. Good job, Tyler Wade. That might be the longest path.
It was I think he made his first career start against the Red Sox. I believe that was the Get Swept series, the disaster. First time you and I hung out, so kind of cute. But because every single game was a complete disaster, he got probably just for making his debut. That's me guessing.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But
Cool.
it says Red Sox series 2018.
Yeah, he went 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs.
Wade with just over 2 years of service time. Baseball. Sick sport.
Entering the year.
Who is your pride of the Yankees?
Jim, great pride.
Thank you.
Grape pride. Let me think about this
Yeah. No, it's better
you
if
don't
think.
mind.
No, it's better when you put thought into it.
because I don't want to give out one that feels wrong. You know? I am going to give the pride of the Yankees. You know what? I'll bite.
Oh my God.
I'll bite.
He's biting.
Madeline Albright. She had some of my favorite policies. People forget that.
Madison. Who?
Albright.
Oh.
But I shortened it to Albright. I used to watch the news. Jim, I'm giving it to DJ LeMahieu.
Are you really?
All
Are you really? Are
Jim.
You? Yeah.
Using your hands.
Dude, Madison Albright was old.
Yeah.
And everyone does get old. Well, the lucky.
Simmons was old.
Like, look at this, like, picture they used for this article.
Yeah. I was going to say something borderline.
Listen to this headline. Madeline Albright thinks it's good when America gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
Let her ride.
I mean, back when, like, I guess my parents watched the news, it was like her, Colin Powell. They were in the mix, man. It was lit. Jimmy, DJ LeMahieu, he goes 5 for 13 this series. A couple walks, 3 runs, 3 ribeye steaks. Has the highest OBP of any Yankee not named Tyler Wade this series. And, Jim, I laughed.
You did.
He got slid down to the 5th spot, and we were kind of wondering, okay, is this a shot across the bow at the Yankees? They end up returning him. We're fine with. Jim, his first 2 swings from the 5th hole, where he batted in the first game, were the 2 closest swings to 2020-2019 DJ LeMahieu I've seen this year. It was a foul ball down the line, and then it was the triple. And, man, you just pulled up another double he hit, which, again, the DJ power had just been missing all year. All year. His bat had a little bit of pep in it this series. And, Jim, you just brought up the replay of the triple. Where was that pitch that he hit 330 to the opposite field?
Up and in or up and away?
Up and in.
Yeah, up and in.
Like dotted up and in. A 99-mile-per-hour fastball. A couple series ago, he had a single that made me sad.
Oh, no.
He hit a single that just got by the first baseman that in previous years you'd be like, oh, that's going to be down the line, DJ LeMahieu. And it looked like he was playing with like a floppy bat or something. I don't know what it was. I hope it's not a flash in the pan. 5 things that the Yankees need to go right this year to make the postseason. We've been
5
talking about
things
it.
they need to go right.
Like DJ could still be one of them.
You think so?
But I said this a couple episodes, we've kind of given up. Like it just hasn't felt right all year. This series, for the first time, it kind of felt
I want to look at
right.
the foul ball swing that you were talking about again.
There you go. Here's the foul ball swing.
Slider down the middle. Fastball.
I mean, that looks like a homer at the stadium, right? It might be.
That's debatably a better swing than the triple.
Right.
That's a nice pitch, too.
But like, we haven't seen that juice in DJ's
Dude,
bat.
that guy's pitch is nice. Watch just like the ball.
Yeah, he's gross, man.
Just like whoop, on a line.
He was good, by the way.
That pitcher is good. So DJ's your pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
First time Jake's given him pride all season.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. No, you gave it to him during the National Series.
Aha.
So you love DJ.
First time you've done it with him in the room.
You also gave it to him in the Philly series.
Second time you've given it with him in the room.
So this is your third pride for DJ.
Good-looking girls on
For a guy that you've been so tough on, seems a lot like you love him.
His fourth pride of the season.
I'm learning to love him.
I gave him a pride once.
Gave him one.
Sure did. He's DJ.
4 prides this year.
No,
You gave it to him against the Red Sox.
we'll see. It is the Royals. It's but those swings we're talking about were against their good pitcher.
It looked a little different this series, in a good way.
If they face another righty, are you fine with him? Like Singer's a righty, right?
Singer's righty.
So what was that about?
I don't know.
They put DJ to the 5-hole
How
for
about
right.
this?
How about this?
Well, maybe it's a really cool story that like you find out at the end of the year.
Bat me 5th, and if I don't get a single hit, bat me 9th the rest of the year, Boone.
Yeah.
Or if I get 2 hits, I'm back up to 1.
If I don't get a hit today, I'm running polls till I throw up.
It's more like it.
Who have you heard
And you
say
know
that
what?
before?
And you know what? And he just said it with his eyes. Like DJ just walked up to Boone's office, just knocked and looked at him, and Boone knew everything he was saying.
I have it similar to that. Boone had DJ leading off.
Came in and
Yeah.
I had it as a magnet.
I saw that magnet.
I had it as he unmagneted his name and then just threw it
I
on
had
the
him
5-hole.
crossing it out, and then that seems really inconvenient to Boone.
Yeah.
So I'm changing it to a dry erase board. Or chalk. Kansas City seems like a chalk town.
I'm going to stick with the magnet. I think it's cool.
Okay.
Good job by DJ LeMahieu.
Get hot.
Live hot.
Dare Lance to throw you them heaters.
You think so?
No. It's really good.
All right, MFer. It's time to award the Yankee MFer.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Let's see. There's actually for the, they didn't sweep, but there's still not a lot of great options. So I'm going to Band-Aid it. I'm going to get it out of the way. I'm going to sugarcoat it a bunch. I'm going to get it. I don't want it lingering. I don't want the anxiety to hang over his head that he hasn't gotten one yet. He doesn't want to get one. I'm giving it to Gallo. The strikeouts in game 1 looked awful, but the dude's slider was great. He only has 1 hit in the 3 games. He's striking out a lot since he comes over. We know that. I'm not exactly worried or upset or whatever, but I'm sick of people being worried and upset or whatever, and I'm Band-Aiding it. Gallo gets my MFer. No more of it. Who's your MFer going to?
Jimmy, great award. My MFer. God, I got to think about this.
He's going to have to think for a little bit, everyone listening, and if your name is Mark and you're listening in your car right now, you just won a retweet from everyone at the company. Take a video of yourself and prove it's true. Hold your government ID next to your face with the show on in the background. Video of you driving, ID up to your face, video driving. Your name is Mark. You're listening right now. You've just won 10 retweets from everyone in the company. Jake, who's your MFer? Did you think about it? I gave out a damn award to buy you some time, and you still don't have it.
I knew I could get you with that. Dude, this sucks. This sucks.
Yeah, and we already said you couldn't give it to Nelson as a junk heap award.
Bro.
Bruh.
I can't give it to him. I'm giving it to Stan. He was hot, now he's not.
Okay.
It's done.
It's done.
MFer's over.
MFer's over.
Julie.
The regular old award awards are brought to you by Flips the Paper with the ads to find out. Oh, it's brought to you by this show called JOMBOY and Jake Radio. Hey everyone, today we wanted to tell you about one of the chaotic shows on the JOMBOY Media Network, JOMBOY and Jake Radio. You probably already know about JOMBOY and Jake from their sports talk on Talkin Baseball and Talkin Yanks, but this podcast is where Jimmy and Jake get all their weirdness out for the week. Each week, the guys take part in silly drafts, weird news stories, power rankings.
What show is this?
Answer listener questions, and eating some halftime snacks?
Yeah.
This sounds awful for us. They even have current and former MLB players join from time to time to compete in the outrageous drafts.
Eric Kratz, Tim Locastro.
2 Yankees.
Peter
in their hearts.
Moylan.
Every Wednesday at noon, a new episode is live streamed on the JOMBOY and Jake TV YouTube and Facebook channels and released on all your favorite podcast apps. This show sounds like a sock of shit.
Sounds like a gaff.
You ever shit in a tube sock?
No. No.
Swung it around while
No.
you poked holes in it at a concert.
No.
All right, that's brought to you by JOMBOY and Jake Radio. Go check it out. Today on the radio show, we had Bobby Skinner on, and we drafted animals.
Highly anticipated animal draft with Bobby Skinner of Talkin Giants. Second Talkin Giants ad in there.
Oh my
Wow.
God, Jim! What's your first regular old award?
My first regular old award is the Jobbed Award.
Wow. The Jobbed Award.
Jobbed.
It's a classic award. Jobbed Award. I am going to go with Brett Gardner.
No, wrong.
Why does Brett get it?
It's a wrong guess by you, but I guess you're planning on giving Gardy Award later on. Spoilers. The Jobbed Award goes to Jameson Taillon. I think he should have been in pride of the Yankee contention. I think it should have been danced around a little bit. Set an amazing tone, and also such a good performance that is not going to get remembered because the back end of the game was so crazy. So he's kind of getting jobbed, you know, because the pitcher's duel turned into a back and forth like slugfest of extra innings baseball. All the great stuff that Taillon didn't seem to matter anymore, and he loses the win because of a balk.
Yeah.
And the sack fly. So just jobbed. Just such a good outing by him. So many good memories that we won't remember forever.
It's tough. So I had the award pegged. I thought you were going to say Gardy because Guard Dog had a nice series. For me, it's the expectations. Like, Taillon's been almost too good, which is a good thing. But yeah, we talked about it a little bit, and I tweeted out during the game, like, he was giving me playoff starter number 2 vibes, man. Like, he is owning it. He looks comfortable. The breaking ball looks a lot better. And he's been gross for a while now. And that's pretty cool, right?
I mean, I think he's statistically the best pitcher in the AL since the Philly start.
Yeah, since like 4th of July.
I think you can go deeper than that.
3rd of July?
Since June 18th, he has a 2.11 ERA in his last 10 starts.
It's not bad.
But I do think that if you want to get like sicko mode, you can go last 7 starts, which is probably what they're doing on the streets. Because since July 6th, his last 7 starts, he's got a 1.25 ERA.
I like saying July 4th. Makes it sound a little more patriotic.
Yep. Yeah, America, yeah. Great. Baseball, jazz, bridges, yep.
Wow.
Jobbed.
Sorry, Guard Dog.
You can give it to him.
No.
I don't think Gardy got jobbed, though.
You just jobbed him, so
No.
you would say that.
No.
You would say that.
Taillon did by the bullpen and all the craziness at the end.
Great award, Jim.
You really believe it?
Great award, Jim. I'm giving out I just tweeted out the lineup award.
Oh, wow. Lucas Luetge.
Yes. I saw your eyes go to the chat and then go to your computer to look at it. So I thought about being coy and doing like by height, and then you would have gone, okay, so by height, you get in a line to see who's the tallest line up, Lucas Litke, and I figured I'd save everyone that time by then losing you the time by doing it myself. Lucas Litke got the start today. You mentioned Tyone getting jobbed. Lucas Litke hadn't started a game since 2011.
Where'd you find that out?
I looked it up. Research, Baseball Reference. And he started the game for the Yankees today, and it's funny seeing how people use Twitter or Instagram or any social media when they don't really use it. And Lucas Litke just tweeted a picture of the lineup, which is very beautiful in a way. But look at these hashtags. Baseball, we like.
Oh, my God. I didn't even see all the hashtags.
MLB, part of it. He is. Yankees,
Yep.
never give up. And the last one, back to the pen.
The last two are awesomely funny.
They're really good.
Like,
love
never
those.
give up because he finally got to start a game.
Yeah.
And then, but right after that,
Straight back.
back to the pen.
And, hey, you talk about Tyone setting the tone this series. If Litke had a bad day today, this show could have a totally different tone. So, good for Lucas. I'm happy that he's happy for being happy.
I also like that it's pretty clearly not he saved the picture the Yankees tweeted. It's a screenshot. You can see the
Yes.
margins, but he did crop out some stuff.
Yes.
It's really good. It's a winner.
Yeah.
I love it a lot. I love everything about this.
10 of 10.
I'm trying to find his last start. He said it was in 2011.
I think it's in the minors. I went to go find it.
Yeah, but I think okay, here it is. 2011, April 9th. Who is he pitching for? Loading, it's loading, it's loading.
It's loading.
The Tennessee Smokies versus the Huntsville Stars. Smokies crushed the Stars 10-2. Lucas Litke was the starting pitcher for the Stars. He went 3.2 innings, gave up 5 earned runs, strikeout 2. He went Dolis pitched in this game on the other side, and so did Alberto Cabrera, your favorite.
How about it?
The lineup he faced, DJ LeMahieu. That's kind of cool. We can follow up with his tweet with and in that start, DJ LeMahieu took you deep. That is kind of a funny.
It's a nice connect the dot.
Yeah. Ryan Flaherty. Ooh, Rebel Riddling. Wow.
You got your final award, Jim?
In my final award goes to. Let me do one. It's gonna be quick. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be quick.
Be prepared for the show.
Dude, give out an award to a guy named Mark or something. Stall for me. Be a friend.
You want me to give my award?
No, don't give your award.
If we're looking for something to fill the time.
Why would you give your award? I'm up.
I think you just said give an award to a guy named Mark or something.
Or something. Trevor Plouffe went 0 for 1 against Lucas
Another
Litke.
award would have been something.
I gave an award to a guy named Mark when you were stalling for time.
I have my award ready.
Better shut.
Trevor Plouffe 0 for 1 with a walk against Lucas Litke. Both at bats were 6 pitches.
What?
What?
What? I am going to the cup. How about a mug? Award.
Cup. How about a mug?
Award.
I hope it's not to the guy that I want to give my award to.
Well, how do I?
So much better.
Who do you want to give your award to?
Can't talk about it.
Mine's going to Joely Rodriguez.
Aha.
Cup of Joe? No, I'll take a whole mug.
A mug.
I think he's going to be here. I think he's going to be, if they go to the playoffs, I think he's going to be the lefty guy.
Okay.
Litke's going to get stretched out to be a bulk guy.
He's Damaso Marte.
He's Damaso Marte. Got him pegged.
I'm still at a weird spot with him.
Okay.
Just because I don't.
Know what he's about at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, no, who was the guy earlier this year you were like, your brain just didn't see him?
Don't know.
No, I'm talking about BBD.
Your brain just didn't. Jimmy's brain just didn't see a
Jimmy's brain
guy.
wasn't processing. Every time he pitched, Jimmy felt like he didn't see him.
Oh, Wilson. It's Justin Wilson.
Wilson?
Yeah.
Didn't miss much.
So what Joelly's done in his last 2 outings is he comes in, he gets 2 outs, and he gives up 1 hit to a righty,
Right.
and then he just gets the other guys out. It's fair is fair.
Get them lefties.
Yeah. Are Wandy and Joelly like good friends in the bullpen and don't realize that they may be fighting for a spot?
I don't know. I wish I did.
Man, dude. DJ went 2 for 2 with 2 singles off Litke in that game.
Meat. What's up, meat? Good? You look like you're deep in something still.
I'm just responding to Litke. Say DJ
Okay.
LeMahieu with 2 singles in this game.
Damn.
Like, fuck that guy, huh?
Yeah.
Do people, can I say that, or are people going to think I'm being, like, mean? I actually wrote, fuck that guy, huh?
I think I would
people
include a
could see
screenshot of the
that on the
box score or something.
That
I don't know if
damn
that fully
LeMahieu
will
guy.
save
You
it.
probably don't drop out an F that guy.
If you make it just
What if
F,
I say, screw that guy, huh?
What'd he ever turn out to be?
I think changing it to screw works. I think that accomplishes.
How about DJ with 2 singles?
But then is it sexual?
DJ with 2 singles in that game. Bet they were cheapies.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm stalling.
You'll get there.
Probably
You'll think
bloops.
about it. I'm giving out the bag B.
Total butthead. I went total butthead. Hit tweet.
You love Butthead.
Bagby?
I'm giving out the bag B.
I loved Butthead because I watched 90210 a lot with my mom when I was like 7 to 10 years old. And the blonde-haired dude who was like in good shape on 90210 was always calling everyone a butthead. And it was like, what? Bagby.
How's that spelled?
Bag B-Y.
One word.
One word. It's the bag B.
Gotcha.
Bagby.
It's a Bagby.
Award. Bagby. I think you've been wanting to give Gardner an award for a while, and you already gave him an award, and now you're pivoting.
What?
I've
had this award lined up before the show.
You did.
Yes.
Okay. Brett Gardner, because he is a hot spring.
It is not going to Brett Gardner.
Wow.
James, on July 17th, 1941,
July 17th, 1941. Okay.
baseball's first or second most famous streak came to an end.
Jeez.
Joe DiMaggio's hit streak came to an end. His last at-bat was against Jim Bagby. Today, a streak came to an end as Whit Merrifield had stolen 31 consecutive stolen bases,
Yeah.
and Rob Brantley, with the cannon the good Lord gave him, pegged him out as he slightly overslid the bag to end Whit Merrifield's streak. That's how Rob Brantley got the bag B.
It's tough for. Congrats, Brantley. The throw was there, and he's over. Blah blah blah. But It is tough for Whit Merrifield to be like, oh fuck, like I beat the tag, but I'm still out.
That would have been safe.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
Chess. Guess Bagby's first name.
Jim,
James. He went by Sarge.
what's your first name?
James.
Does anyone call you Jim?
Yeah, but that's a nickname.
It's your first name.
James.
Jim.
Nickname.
Jim.
Nickname.
I call you Sarge.
Yeah, and a
he
lot of
does-
people call you Sarge.
A lot of people started calling me
I don't
Sarge.
know.
Yeah, yeah. It trips me up every time. Me? Talking to me? Yeah. Why didn't Joe DiMaggio just keep hitting?
Why did he?
Yeah.
He's really good.
Wait. Are there two different Jim Bagbys?
Don't you know that after Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hit streak, he went on another hit streak?
Dude, there's two Jim Bagbys. Mine, James Sarge,
Yeah.
played from 1912 to 1921. The Jim Bagby you're talking about,
Yeah.
son of the other Jim Bagby.
Yeah, the Bagby boys.
His name, also James Charles Jacob Bagby. They both have the same exact name.
Welcome to the
His
party.
his nickname, Lil Sarge. I made that one up.
You
but
made
it-
that up.
but it should
You made
be-
that
it
up.
should be
But
good.
someone did at some point.
Yeah. They both led the league. Hold on, the
Oh,
Bagby
boy.
sons.
It's already
is-
a late ep, Jim.
okay.
I don't know how much Bagby I can give you,
Okay.
but it looks like you're still going.
No, fine. Show's over.
Guardy got jobbed. Talked about Judgy. Where'd his stats? Judgy had a good series. 5 for 14. Voit with, again, what could have been a game-winning homer. And a game-winning hit before that. Rugi got on the board with a couple hits today. Jonathan Davis looked very smooth in center field. Not much at the dish. Velasquez, the Bronx kid, fun defensively and running.
Defense got
The dish,
weird.
not so much.
Yeah. Did have the nice double. Both Bagbys led in innings pitched, hits, and batters faced for one season of their career. That was the fun fact that I saw.
A Bagby shake.
All right. That's it. We will be back. We're just back on Sunday. The weird is the next episode. All right. Back on Sunday. Pre-game show on IGTV, on Instagram Live tomorrow, and over the weekend, unless we haven't really been doing them Saturdays because we're trying to enjoy our lives with our wives. Soon to be wife for you. That's it. That's the episode. Appreciate you guys. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.